Alright, a little bit later than what I had planned, but we are going to continue Disco Elysium. Part 2 today. Not sure how long I'll do it for.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money. You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
Just need to look up the highlighting thing. Let's see. Our task.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again? Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but... apples. Yeah, apples?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
You're just a racist.
I'm not the only one. Look, I've read books. The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources. This concerns you, policemen, so you need to be vigilant. The damn kids are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruder species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory. It's what the kids of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chanson? It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Yeah, God forbid we get some variation. I think I get down with racism. Nope.
Go right ahead. You may be a cop, but that won't help you avoid the calamity to come.
Lieutenant Kisaraga's stern expression remains unchanged, but you sense something there. Below. Not a lot of moral fiber on this one yet, he thinks. Wriggle down. What happened? Did your balls shrivel up? You had plenty of chances to get off this road, but no. You let this guy keep talking. Then, when the time came to make your choice, you tried to split the difference. Weak.
No.
He's got a smoke right there, in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat finger.
Can't have it. Evidence of what? I haven't done anything. I bet. Sorry I couldn't be of any help.
Did we go in here? I don't remember. Fuck the police. It's a fair sentiment.
Hello again, my man. What's on your mind? Nope, don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse.
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. Rebishaw's weird. Nope, some of the other drivers.
Yup, nothing wrong with that.
You could also check the kiosk down the street.
There's a tree in it.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hard René first.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions.
Sure.
That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
See? Your munching and complaining have ruined my concentration.
Ah, mon Dieu. The pain in...
I hope you pass out from it. You goddamn jellyfish. Men like you are...
Shush. Ignore them. They don't know what they're doing. They're old. You are letting down yourself and the team.
Wait, what team?
Get in the damn game already. Doesn't matter what team. Pick a team. Any team. The blue team. You're letting them down. Get in the game and throw the goddamn ball.
You're so mean to me.
Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
Did I get it? Oh fuck, I got it. Cool.
This felt wrong.
Oh no, I got it.
Wrong like
Oh.
touching your sister's breast. You threw your sister's breast.
Yeah, I threw my sister's tits. Yeah.
Mon Dieu. Good job, officer. That was an excellent throw.
There are no two more harmful words an athlete can hear than good job. And this was downright embarrassing. Your muscle memory knew what to do and went for it. But there were gaps. Yeah, gaps you tried to fill with thinking. We don't think
We don't
in
think in
sports. We do.
Yeah, that tracks.
It felt like you were going for a
Oh,
thrust or a
fuck.
lunge. There was definitely gonna be jumping. Maybe you scored a point, but this is a fiasco.
What are you talking about? You just executed a...
With a pinch of fear.
How are you ever going to get the officer's shit off your nose, Gaston? Or even climb out of his ass? Probably because those rooster pants are squeezing you senseless. Never happened to practical. Durable. Never shawl made. Now, what can I do for you?
Yes, officer. What do we need from this gentleman?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by in Martinez. The Union is the law. So can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets. If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
So he's gonna die soon. Got it.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
What was Island Empire?
I do. Fire from heavy artillery. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
Look, wait, I understand I'd bomb this place too.
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling, a sign of mental deterioration in the preceding generations.
No shit, I'm fucking batshit crazy.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil. Damn right, son. They made the fire on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
He approves of this radical approach, knows it was necessary.
What does half-light mean? Fight or flight with your sense. So it's like fight or flight. Well, it is fight or flight, but alright.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Foreign powers can mercenarily rule us. That's how it should be. Soft socialism paving the way for the hard working class takeover. God, I just don't understand how money works.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains.
No wonder you're so fucking crazy then.
I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case.
This royal failure weighs heavily on him.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. But this is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. Damn Frissel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution. A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frissel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile. The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already.
Soon, they will forget everything. Him too. Then he chooses anger over melancholy.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the Fifth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire. Ah, yes! King Philip III, on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
Cocaine? Cocainum? Sounds like our kind of king. And just imagine what kind of cocaine a king would have had.
Is this a basically fuck everything, get high sort of thing? What's this? Electrochemistry?
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. Revachol would be a different place if more people realized that. We could still be there.
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The Carabineer doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve. No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him.
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take the responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum. Revachol's finest years.
Ah yes, because cocaine makes you so much more productive.
I'm satisfied with this explanation.
No shit, of course you would be.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philippe III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
No wonder you guys are so fucking batshit crazy. We got cocaine in the water around here.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense.
It's really not. Please, do spare us the cocaine fairy tales.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Right.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm not gonna even.
Son, you've really let yourself go. It's a disgrace. But Coat Physical Instrument is going to get you back in prime condition. Even if it takes 1,000,000 push-ups.
Coach Physical is this one that is like my clothes? Which one is this? I mean, to be fair, it's not a bad idea. Does that mean you'll call me a Magna Nancy boy?
Does a master swordsman insult his own blade? No. I'm going to turn you into an athletic benchmark, you big pussy. It's going to take blood, sweat, piss, and tears. But when I'm done with you, boy, you will be a master athlete.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Behold, world. Here walks a sportsman, hands choked and hair kept back with a bandana. The Homo Athleticus.
Oh. Oh shit. Sure. Let's go for it.
Yes? What do you want to know? Good. He ain't using it. Oh, I can find tar now. Dope. -1 to encyclopedia. Ah, yes.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while...
No, I ain't got the money for that. Fuck that.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onug, written on the other side, with N and C scribbled back. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. The metal
Yes.
feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Probably some kids.
Find out something about a church later, alright? What's this over here? Oh, we're just on the person. Hello.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter. That is a book. A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to a friend or beloved.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness.
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here, my pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir, I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling.
Such a
That
good
is
little
cold.
trooper you are. Better. I could help. Ah, yes.
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Oh no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
School is stupid, you're not.
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That will go...
Ass up.
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. But I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir. Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather. No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
It does not.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. Head? Yes.
No, it's your soul. Your blue soul. No, you're resilient.
We got no balls.
I'm not sure I understand. If you say so, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for your soul. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books. It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something. Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine. These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that. Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting. That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life. Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No, I don't know.
You can take this. Blossom like a pain flower. The girl is at a loss for words. She shifts and sweats. Stop. There's no need for this. It's in your power to change the subject.
Poor kid.
Maybe some about other books? Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame. I don't know about that, but I imagine life is great when you're famous. Why would they do that, sir? That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun. No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say I could stop, though. That's a friendly enough face, most of the time.
Let's go talk to the mom, and maybe we can get more hints from this.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall. Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man. Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall. Those snow crabs are worse than they sound.
What's happening? Ah.
Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves.
You can do a pain threshold
Man
test.
from Heimdall
Because there's so
under
many
the
of them.
lake. Man from
That's so
Heimdall.
fucking funny.
Heimdall burning. There's
Oh, Man from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
So they're right up his alley then.
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do. What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say.
That ain't fucking true.
If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdall Man. The Man from Heimdall.
Locked at
It's supposed to be a
900.
good introduction to the series.
You're fucking nuts, yo.
The display rack is brimming with worn paper. A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space, an endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique nonsense for anemic Beano-clads.
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulture Raubritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family? Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Friends are technically like family. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real. Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them though.
Ah, yes.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You
Dick
see
Mullen.
the name, Dick Mullen. Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends.
Yeah, that's fair.
Furthermore, they have no idea how hard it is to simply remove a body from a tree. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list? You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen. Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve the case. Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. Come on. This is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometers away, sitting in an armored motor carriage.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
What the hell?
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it. You see, Chester here.
Gosh, why?
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Yeah, sure came close. Alright, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Ah, yes.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from the maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Ozon, Laurentide, Fas Alamir, archipelagos. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still the crown jewel of this you can on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vimandu on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosigns and azimuth connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods. But looking at them makes you perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust.
Amazing.
The north coast of a verdant island. To the east, rolling hillsides. Le Jardin, Stella Marie. The suburbs of Saint-Baptiste. swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East. Hoodon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all I have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps. They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Fuck, I got no money, man.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid. It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. It's your own fault if you're ill. Got it? The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pearl. The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. The book contains descriptions of various pseudo-scientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pearl, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom. made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale. Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless on a cool slab. It is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation. It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pail. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pail and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired. Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pail, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need. I don't know. I don't want to be the party pooper, but this pale territory sounds sort of dangerous. Maybe you shouldn't walk in it naked. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
My encyclopedia is so shit anyways.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd like to continue reading, I must insist you
Fuck,
buy it.
I need money! That's so annoying.
Yes?
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Goodness, you were already doing good browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go, get back there. The books await you. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
Do you even know what books?
Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose, but you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories. I provide a valuable service. As long as people buy books, I'm fine. The truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post? Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to...
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
Come now, it's not personal.
Ew.
It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer. My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
I need to dismantle the free grandpa's child labor.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your... You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening. Good sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her, as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Just had to pause with her. I didn't want to cough into the video.
Slap the cuffs on her.
Oh, of course, officer. Good work. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense.
Kim has to be regretting his choice by now.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I am sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and... You do? My God, these are all reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. Thank you. Let's just talk about this...
What are you, a coward? Think about the marvelous adventures waiting for us on the other side.
Lies. Rip them open, I say.
Okay, here we are with this. Duh.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Well, I have to open it now.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
I'm already fucked in the head. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Got hair dryers. Drinks. I want to see if she has a reaction to me opening it now.
I wasn't kidding when I said we're parapsychologically done. You clearly don't care about the consequences. What gives you the right? Don't expect my help from now on. The back door's locked and I threw away the key. Do look at the books though. The books compel you. You may be able to make up for this by buying a lot of books. I hope you're a voracious reader.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
How long till my thing levels? 15 minutes? Okay.
What if you just break it down?
Jeez.
Only an echo. No one is there. Only an echo. No one is there. That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to survive. The room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish. It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust.
I'm gonna wait till my strength level's up to actually do that, because it will give me a higher chance of completing that. And we'll be back here. Don't worry, bookshop keeper. I know you're looking forward to my return. Good news, child. I unleashed the curse.
Snowflake is like a little gift from the sky.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
What do you mean, sir?
She knows where this is going. She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest, a facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals. She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex. She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
It's business.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't. It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching.
Because you usually aren't. I sure hope you are, sir.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Oh, I can... Oh, fuck. What do I... I don't know what to level up. Five minutes. Alright. We'll come back to that.
Yes?
That's the thing that tried to rob me. Yeah, gentleman, veteran guy. What's this?
This Post Lavatorie mail fiction box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection.
Fuck you, mail delivery box.
In the front. The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and Best set, mailbox, also.
Mail collection box, you motherfucker.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow, and then suddenly you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revachol forever.
Given how it healed me, I'm not gonna kick it because it'll probably take my stats down, knowing a game like this. There's the girl again. It's over here.
An old call box with a matrix
Whoa.
of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. An off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games.
Oh, that's the...
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring the doorbell, but no one answers. Just seeing the words Andro Orlando gets your hackles up. Its very existence is a threat to your masculinity. To say nothing of your hair. All you hear is static, but no one answers the call. You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens. You wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call box is silence. No one answers. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work. You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't saying anything.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order? My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
It's a woman, and she knows you. Your heart beats faster. No, something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Michelle, just please.
Sounds like a ghost. Wind blows through your clothes and you feel detached from your surroundings. Inside the building, a cold memory hangs.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget.
She sounds like she's about to cry. The cold is deep under your skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100 years away. Somewhere inside the building, water is flooding the cellar floor. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore.
Fucking up the call.
Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here, staring at the silent call box.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
Fucking up the...
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the
Violation.
call. 12 name cards on the call box read.
Militia.
Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident. Silence. No one answers the doorbell. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. Silence. No one answers your call. This button looks new. but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
What's volition? Come back to that, I guess.
Coach physical instrument. Wait, how did you know all those hammer throw techniques? How do you know how to hold a discus? Or the world youth record in discus? Something doesn't add up here. This mushy thing between your ears didn't know the name of the city you're in, but it comes loaded with trivia about the correct chin position of a shot-put ball. Could it be that? Shut up, namby-pamby. This train of thought ends abruptly. It's leg day. Straighten your rhombus muscle. It's shirts versus skins. Take your shirt off, Namby. Your skins.
Oh, so I get -1 to intelligence permanently? Okay. That's, fair. But I also get +2, so let's go back to that one thing. Back to that one check over here. I'm at a 0.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not. That's right. Take in your surroundings. Steady breathing. Solid core. You've got this. Steady breathing. The room is dimly lit. It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine
Question is, should I put more on pain threshold?
It should be doable.
I think yes. Do we get it? Fuck! God damn it. Did I get it open?
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Fuck this system. I have to say fuck the system. Is this gonna hurt my health again? Oh, it didn't. Cool. Yeah, Kim, I would have questions too. I don't blame you.
What is this place? No, it's a gym. Though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we...
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
I'm sure it's just a regular.
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do.
I mean, I figured with this, I'm just fucking stupid, so I might as well go all in. Alright. Flashlight.
Yes?
Oh, that's it, okay. Okay, I was not expecting just like a gym back here. Shot put ball? Okay. Was this like a weapon?
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. Why does it feel so familiar?
Jesus. Head hurts, coached by physical. Ugh.
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. A memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
We're not gonna do that one right now. Because with my luck, I would not see. I mean, I could, but I just dropped the fucker, right?
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop. I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape. Just a door. This place is curse protective. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Just look at the sheer amount of companies that have failed in this house. I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've ruined everything. Now that you've broken the door, the curse is coming to get me as well. Of course you didn't. You're nothing but a policeman. All right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. We are set on the path. There's little else to do. But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity? You did? Then it has to be true. I've suspected that this woman-shaped energy must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you see that she lives inside the chimney? No, this chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. And do return to me after you've talked to it. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. God, I've told her not to do that. It's disgusting. And I told you to mind your own business. Clearly, you have no idea how hard it is to raise a girl in this economy.
You'd be a Karen.
This economy is a mysterious force, like cosmic weather, mysterious and harsh.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality, one where they are wrong. It's not easy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologise. She must be free there. I don't know what to say to you. My husband He tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette. Yes, sometimes it's better to let people come to these conclusions themselves.
Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne. It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighbourhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure. He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner. Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy. Exactly. She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits. The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
It's fine.
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism. It's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Such wraiths may prove a formidable enemy. Suit up.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%. Yes, the Simonese are very crafty and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply won't do.
The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasion.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much...
You just can't win.
Math. It's really difficult. Like, really. Oh, I found something while you were away. I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping me out.
Dad? Oh, that's
Not
cute.
Me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does. Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there.
Oh boy.
Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices. Man, this...
Because you know each other.
Fuck yes.
She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Yes, I used to stand out there all the time, before Mother told me to focus on my homework. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir, telling people the end of the world is coming. I don't really understand what you mean by it. Of course, you stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you. Yeah, I can see. You don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant.
Yep.
You were probably gurning to. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy. Oh baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
I didn't know I had to do that. I'm glad I could help you, sir.
What have you found?
Your child gave me a hat with this curse. I'm sure that's nothing to be worried about. Oh, duh, go up the stairs. Did not see that at first. Glad I brought the flashlight. Oh, money. Yes. God, that shit is so hard to come by. This place is huge. More money. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Production schedule, okay. That brings me up. I don't want to do that yet.
Your flashlight slides over an old chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic, translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Tuorg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real. Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game. Political commentary. That one has a great beard too. Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone. The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in, and entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, albeit dark and cold. This vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much needed respite from our.
Of course, it thinks that.
A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe." This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details." The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the books. This is a monthly calendar from the your eyes glide over forced. This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button, a piece of paper still.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside. We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide. It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? Oh no. It was already glowing and now it's also making a sound. It's probably some alien CO-like technology. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne. Now please repeat.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
On an island on the river Esperance, a small woman, all skin and bones, sits in a room filled with audio equipment. Thousands of tiny lights are reflected back from her prescription lenses, like stars in the dark. Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
That's why she does this.
Now please tell me the reason for your call, Fortress Accident. Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to. One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what any other questions? The filament you have inserted into the reader. Yes. Is that the production schedule? Good. Please repeat the...
You should ask her for a hint.
No. Still no. I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the...
I'm afraid we are not doing that. Unless we...
Now, can you please repeat the password? Received. I will register this login attempt.
That sounds bad. A login attempt. Something criminal. Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you? Good. Please repeat the password. Received. Fortress Accident. Thank you. And goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent plate, the filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Yes?
Oh fuck, I didn't mean to go. I wanna go back.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely a diagram for some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric. Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6. UKV 123. Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
Of course they got me the curse.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station. Looks like a surveillance program. Someone very important, the leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like all of this is gone, left unrealized.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. Tiles on the cube are still... Your flashlight slides over. Some of the writing has faded.
Here's how much? 35? Alright. A skim.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? No, that's not it. I think it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
I knew he was a fucking nerd.
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in. No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... It's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep moving.
I still knew he was a fucking nerd. Wasn't there a set of stairs over here too? Yep. Okay, let's look at this.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. This must be where the entity... What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens. Still nothing. No one's home. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurt. If this is really an entrance to the chimney, then there must be a...
Can you please try to refrain from attacking me? Thanks. In any case, there's no way we can get it.
Bent metal. Broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
Gaze upon.
Kudos.
Wait, what? What did I just do? Minus... Sure. Postcard? Okay. Heal my health. I still haven't found anything about a password. Maybe we'll find it upstairs.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment. This ice bear is a hyper carnivore. Be careful. The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal.
We're gonna not open that first. Let's see what we got here. What's this? Healing item. Oh, fuck yeah.
A thick layer of coal dust. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Oh, maybe the cave bear's safer to look at. Ooh, what does gold mean? Oh, hidden door. Ooh. There's a desk, too. Maybe we'll find the password. You can't make me put on a shirt.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache. There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away. Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers...
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way. It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence.
He likes this find.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolution.
Huh. So I found a... Wait, can I equip this thing? Oh, I can. Shit. Oh, it's just an item. Never mind. Hey, more health. Dope.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads off into the darkness, and the black one to the ice cream. Rip the red one out. Look how giant and red and inviting it is. Don't rip the red one out. You'll awaken the ghosts.
Which one told me to half-light?
Something close to you dies with...
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. Somewhere in the dark, a giant electrical mammal stirs to life. An electric sizzle.
Oh shit, does that mean the bear? I don't know, I think it's an electric bear, right? Oh, here. Oh, what the hell?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons.
Oh, that was
lists all
the...
the companies in the east.
front of the building? I have to go back in now? Okay, good. I was gonna say, don't make me do it all over again. That's a long ways to go. More money. Now let's go and check out this bear.
You see the looming shadow of an ice bear. Its eyes are dead, but it's still terrifying. Run before it wakes up. A faint waft of cold air rolls out. You hear the sound of dripping water. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the host.
Of course, just a giant iceberg-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate marketing. At least it's not running them a loss anymore, now that you've unplugged the cable.
The fridge sits empty before you, an overindulgent wardrobe. Now that the cooling systems aren't, you pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Sure.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here. That's implausible. Looks like someone from that... That's a plausible hypothesis. It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? Some local miscreant, probably. There are tons of them running around in Martinez, ready to stir up. I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the iceberg fridge.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box? This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid. If you want to try again, then you need...
Equip the pry bar by...
Okay.
Both cables are unplugged from the break.
No, that's a bad idea.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a
God.
ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar?
What? Well, Well, onto this, like...
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing? Wait, really? Maybe it's coming from behind those safety curtains we saw upstairs. You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not supernatural.
Then what was the chatter you heard? A lush layer of coal now covers your skin. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Ra, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint. 3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing? Please wipe your face clean, officer.
These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
And this protects you. Okay, sure. Go ahead.
+1 war paint? Ah, yes.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then, you've awakened the entity. And it's a woman. Of course. The malicious entities are always women.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
I'm not gonna kick it with my foot. That's a bad idea.
This old fire a diagram for summoning some time.
Did I ever find... I don't think I found a password. Let's see.
Tiles on the cube are still like a smooth draw. The filament slide. The speaker comes.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. It's good. Please repeat. Received fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for... Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Nothing happens. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
I wonder if I'm missing something here. I don't think so, right? What the hell? Hello?
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Take a look around and see if there is any particular...
This person means you or no one else. Absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there. Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Nothing really. I didn't know.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, it's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I preferred.
She nods.
Anything else, officer? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. Ah, yes. Fortress accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The Wiro untethered die is a variation of a standard rope. I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as... It's an icositetrahedron, a 24-sided die that can produce results for untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping. Cast it in. Maybe you have some other ideas for that? What do you mean by cursed? Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with maybe you have some other ideas for a star that fell from the firmament? Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about 10 real and I can get these ready in 8 hours. It's true, magnetic dice are definitely different. When rolled together, the magnetic fields of the pips interact with each other to push and maybe you have some other ideas for dice? How about an amber die? Who told you amber was cheap? For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from piece of amber with a fossilized insect. I had a feeling. Maybe you have some other ideas for dice? A normal die? I'm a novelty die. Polyhedral dice. Dice that have more than 4. Come on now. Be a little creative. I think I have just the right one for you.
Police colors.
Not the most original, I know, but sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
Sure.
You overthink it.
Fuck.
Your hands can't agree what to do and the 2 dice drop to the floor and scatter in opposite directions, like pearls from a broken...
Ah, down the drain, like your career. I apologize, officer. That comment was unnecessary. That one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli. It's a shame. They might have brought you luck.
Bruh.
Is she pitying you? Good God, she's pitying you.
Now, was there anything else? More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific? Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you.
Me neither. I just want it off my face. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club, a community project created to steer at-risk use of a kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez.
You should have known it.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. Oh, this one's a mess. Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was... and they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims.
What does she mean to get off on it?
Jesus.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
But what drugs?
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Eventually, they caused him to lose control of his bladder. The smell was awful.
Even you can probably do better than that. You can almost see it. A small, sickly old man, hunched behind his work desk, his pants stained with old piss, stuffing a sad, stiff-legged raccoon dog. The entire scene looks tragic.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came. The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made and you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. Actually, insects do have brains, but yes, I understand what you're saying.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up. They're not moving.
Anything else? They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is. The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as...
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All the remaining... I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess. Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules. The usual, they ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time. Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest. Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historical.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important. Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else? Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other. There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to, and by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls.
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. They were also acne-ridden girlfriends, and they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. Eventually, Ravishore Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece. Maybe. Because the taxidermist who made the bear, he said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it
Scary, but cool.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast. It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs. The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun.
What? No, officer. I don't have a vision beast. Normal people don't have vision beasts. Only drug-addled madmen like the taxidermists do. Neckties? I guess they do sometimes, officer. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
Outside it's light. Light scatters from the low-hanging cloud cover. There's always the threat of snow.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long... Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As you could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Outer...
If the Whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Doom commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography,
Pinball.
trick track, especially pinball.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for a year. Are you sure it was Slipstream SCA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't...
No, it was something else. It was eerie.
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work, but sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What
Jesus.
else? I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified. I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex. And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, Yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
So I'm the grand dragon in the cave. Might I ask what supports this claim? Oh my, I've revealed. You better call the exorcists. Of course. How convenient. Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse.
Plaisance needs to hear about this. Perhaps if you combine your psychic energies, you will make sense of the situation.
Alright, now we go back down, I guess. We didn't find out about the fucking... thing, but I'm sure that will arise.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. A friendly cartoon.
Can I still
A
keep
thick
this?
layer of coal dust cut.
It's a bad idea.
Both cables are unplugged. Somewhere, a machine, somewhere in the dark. A giant electrical mammal stirs. This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand turning the crank. It's all gone now. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than... The bear's eyes are still glowing red. Watching a friendly cartoon bear.
Good question, I know. What is it?
The fridge buzzes with energy.
Fuck, I didn't mean to do that.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Whatever she says,
Oh, shit.
it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Stronger, healthier, and alright. Maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so hard you can't remember. There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell, waiting for her to answer the call. It's cold outside, and you can hear the wind blowing. A strange metallic taste fills your mouth as you stare at the intercom.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order? My God.
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance yourself from it.
It's you. My God.
Wait, is she...
Michelle, just please. Why did you leave me call? I don't understand. You've been gone.
The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathing. Wind blows into your microphone again, crackling and echoing in the box. Your hands are getting cold, and your breathing becomes visible, forming small silvery puffs in the air.
Ever since I came to work here, as if my mind's been... It's so...
And then it hits you. She tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed. Real or not, your mirror neurons react. It feels painful. Anger boils up in your chest. Her sound melts into the static from a long-distance phone call. This is where you hung up the call the last time. The phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair of heels. The static, no one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Then a female voice speaks out, completely different from the one before, glorious and total somehow, crawling inside your head. Her words are too cold to comprehend. She smells of sodium lights and rain streaks on car windows. Eyes like pilot lights watch your shape in dark halls.
So, it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude here? I don't have time to explain it to you right now, maybe sometime later. Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together, something weird is almost always happening.
That's very fair.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak. Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of The skyscrapers of La Delta. Will you ever go there? No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinaise. Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Coal City, end of all lines. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring. There's a fleet on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small... The great gates of the industrial harbour are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder, looking down at your feet. Two green snakeskin shoes stand at attention on the mosaic paving. Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd. Hallways collapse from the mortar. A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of the road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far. Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is its home.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
To be in Martinaise, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long standing in the rain, looking in the rain-swept distance above the rooftops of Jamrock. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes. Coalition-era statics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. collapsed storm drains, old sewage.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be Teach, a novelty dice maker. Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom?
Before you say anything, ask yourself, is the woman really able to withstand the truth? Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. You've come this far, you know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of talk is that? I am not doing as well as it looks like I am. I only have my Similes wards to thank for the protection they provide. Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse. I see that you've fallen for her manipulation. Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books, or be on your way.
Wow. Total psychic collapse.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am.
Kinda wanna go see if I can find the blue dice. Because knowing the game, it would totally put it here. Wasn't I gonna try to lift this thing?
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Ugh. How much does this increase my percent?
The barbell waits patiently
Oh, wow.
on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Sure. This is gonna hurt, isn't it? Ow! Fuck.
You managed to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell... See? See? This place is cursed.
Weightlifting was never my favorite either. At the station gym, I mean. I prefer running. It clears your head.
Fuck. Okay.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Cast like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. Behind the hatch sits a cube like the speaker.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Good. Press accident. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are... The filament slides out of its glowing.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Truth be told, but you don't learn about the important. The truth is available.
She smiles and nods.
Hello, little child.
Hi, Ace Detective.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word, nothing of interest.
Fuck.
Only silence and the cosmic background pain radiation.
I had to try.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels. The plaque on the shelf reads, biographies of famous...
I would say The Greatest Innocence. Yeah, a very influential. The book is also very daring. Perhaps for a layman, certainly.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside. Browsing suddenly, a particularly odd title, High Speed Love, chronicles the romance between next to Irv's life story. Next to that,
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them.
she understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Anti-Object Task Force.
What the hell?
Behold, the Anti-Object Task Force has assembled. God's avenging angel, arrayed against the lower emanations of the darkened one. Shoe racks, tape recorders, motor carriages, and doors. So
destroy
many
everything.
doors. You're not just pounding it all to pieces. You're reforging the universe. From the anvil of the heavens to the worms below. Indulge in it. Be bold. Have an impact on the shape of creation. Out of the furnace of your rage. A new reality.
Oh. Well, that's cool. Wish I had that before. But that's fine. I guess.
Several maps. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
That took like all of my money, but I believe it gives me a map now. Yep. Okay. Here. There you go. Okay. That was worth it.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. This also...
Indeed. Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
Medicinal purposes of the pearl. The cover of this heavy tome features flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the pill. A large pharmacopoeia, you come across the following explanation. While modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of clinical trials, readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite. Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the pill, as well as instructions for producing a variety. There are a number of Seolite tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing. What you're describing is booze. You don't need any herbs. There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, first, you need to choose a base ingredient. Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate. Lastly, is there anything? The tincture you've invented sounds intriguing, but it's medicinal. Whoever wrote this never heard of the hair of the dog. Fuck this book. Would you like to try again? Very well. Next, you'll need. Lastly, the tincture you've whoever wrote this. Would you like to try? Very well.
I will
First,
brute force
next,
this.
you'll need to combine the base. Lastly, is there anything else you've created? If only you could find one of these right now and drink the shit out of it. The book said, would you like to try again? Very well. First, next, you'll need to combine the basic. Lastly, you've created a delicious thing. If only you would you like to try? Very well. First, next, lastly, you've created. If only would you like? Very well. Next, you'll need to combine the basic. Lastly, you've created a delicious tincture. If would you like to? Very well. Next, you'll need. Lastly, you've created a delicious tincture. If would you like to? You close the book and find yourself very well. First, next, lastly, you've created. If only would you like to try again? You close the book. The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of your finger moves through the various, finally coming to a halt on.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal.
Your finger, finally.
For a more detailed view of the map.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a. Someone has. You'll find the filament memory with.
Alright, we will go ahead and end here. I was gonna cut it off a lot sooner than this, but it got really engaging and stuff. I'm sure you guys won't complain though about the long episode length. So yeah, this has been part 2. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Disco Elysium is certainly an interesting game so far. I'm enjoying it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section.